So how do we know which wires go where?
So I had her wired up like this, and I said that ain't gonna work very good. So I had to undo her. We'll come out and the motor will be hanging off the side. What happened there? Morning, Ivan.
Morning.
They're working on the truck.
Dane. I like trucks.
No.
I like trucks. not rusty ones.
I thought you liked the Marv.
Yeah, I like to drive it, not work on it.
What are you working on yesterday at home? What were you doing?
Put shocks in the wife's Bourbon. Air shocks.
How'd that go?
All day. Of course, it had to have gone down the muddy road first, you know. Could have washed it the night before and let it drip dry, but what fun is that?
It's more fun getting gravel in the face.
Yeah, in your hair and your face. Chewing on it. Mix it in with your sandwich.
Oh. So we got a bad strap here. She did dingy dongy. She's not holding anymore. So how was your day off yesterday?
Fine.
What did you do?
Butchered a pig.
You butchered a pig?
Yeah.
How do you do that? You just shoot it or what?
Yep.
What'd you shoot it with?
32.
I thought you're supposed to let them go in the wild and then run them down with a knife and bow and arrow.
Maybe that's how they do it over there, huh?
Yeah, in Greenbush.
How big was the pig?
Big.
Kind of struggling there. Is that a different size again?
No, the step's too small.
Oh. There you go.
Oh. Should we watch you?
Yeah.
Well, we're so low on content, we gotta watch Ivan take bolts apart. It's getting kind of dry around here.
Can't even get this cotter pin out without. We'll have to just heat it up. You know, heat up the fuel tank with the torch.
Yeah, that's a good
The
idea.
aluminum
That's what I was
tank.
thinking, yeah.
If we heat the whole tank up, eventually this will get warm. So we got water in the tanker, right?
Yeah.
So when we spray water on diesel fuel, it'll put it out.
Nah.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
Everyone says, we need more Daner. We need more Daner.
No, they don't. So
I just want to wait and see when you blow a hole through the tank here and the diesel fuel going everywhere.
oh yeah, you can't wait.
Yeah.
We're gonna ruin our plastic then. I'll be right here behind the flame.
That can go in the scrap thing. Now what? Now we got to put that on. Oh, we need a bolt. We got to find a bolt for the bottom strap since we cut that one off.
Nice. Push it up.
What?
That mount there, that mount's way higher than the other.
It's the wrong strap. Well, that's nice.
Bottom step's gonna be at a 45-degree angle, and this one will be too high to get my leg up there. We'll just put a ready rod in there.
Hey, you guys, we got the wrong step again. At least, I wonder how long it was going to take for us to realize that until we got it tightened up, and then Ivan was like, hey guys, that's the wrong step. Oh, man. So, on the backstory on this, International decided to discontinue making parts for some of these things. Or at least they're not carrying them anymore. Tank straps, tank saddles are one of the parts that they decided that they're not going to make anymore, or their supplier is not going to supply. So now we're looking for some sort of aftermarket company that makes them, and this is what we got.
So we give up on Marv here. So we're monkeying with something else. So in one of these nice fancy Pete's here, the brakes come on for no reason. So we ring hello the telephone to Nate over at Wallworks in Fargo, and he says the camera can bother. There's a camera in the window because it's got lane departure, and it's got, so if you get too close to somebody cruising down the road and you're driving behind somebody or catch up to a car, it shuts the power off. and I suppose it'll apply the brakes. So there's a camera up in the window. We're gonna try to fool it. Try to get it to think that there's nothing there. You think we're foolish enough, Ivan, to fool the camera?
Maybe. As long as we don't break it taking it out.
Yeah, don't break the window.
Hate plastic things like this. They never come apart.
Yeah.
You figure out what's going on with that thing? Is it the sensors or what? I suppose it's got some sort of anti-tamper thing, so you can't.
The alarm will go off.
Or it's got some special pin you got to put in there. Like, it does not want to come off.
So we're doing some servicing on the combines today. We had a failure here on this cover. This is a brand new cover. Leaked all the oil out. Burnt the cover. The cover melted actually. But there's a big chain in there and it gets hot. And it runs in an oil bath. Anyhow, nobody really knows what happened. Mark figures maybe he bumped it, sneaking through a bridge. It was tight on both sides. Maybe he bumped it and it leaked its oil out. But anyhow, we put that on this morning with a new cover. Our feeder house drive chain, she was pretty loose. She was a loosey-goosey. So I took out a couple links here, brought my adjustment way back. That's where we were. We're right to the end.
Anyway, here's the old one. The old cover, she leaked out the oil. And after she leaked out the oil, she got hot. But not really hot enough to hurt anything, just melt this cover for some reason. So it melted the cover there, and so we needed to keep combining. I think I showed you that already, and we taped her all up and put some 80/90 in her. She made her for a day and a half or 2 days. Well, it was out though, right?
Yeah.
It was out again. So the duct tape didn't hold quite as good as we'd hoped, but it held enough for long enough. And then we got the new one. Like Dane says, ta-da! Whenever you change oil in these, put a new O-ring in here every time. It's just cheap insurance. I might have bumped it on I think I bumped one of them caution signs on a bridge, and it might have did something to it and made it leak. Dryer's still running, that's a plus. Little dryer's chugging away. She's got 2 big bins full, or big bins. 2 70,000s full, so there's about 120,000 of corn that's dried, and there's probably four 12,000 bushel bags or something that we need to bring back to get dried. The little dryer is going to be running a while. Going to pretty much wear her out this year. Well, good morning. We're going to open up our UPS delivery here. Okay, we got our screens now and our push rivets. I got to really find my gloves. I don't know what I did with them. Can't find them anywhere. Anyway, HVAC screens for the trucks to keep the bees wings out of the fan. Let's go put them on. Should go fairly easy here. Sits there like that. They go on and snap right on. 3 buttons. There we go. Just like that. 1 done, 3 more to go. Well, before we shut the hood, we probably best check, make sure there's no bees wings in there. Oh yeah, look at that. That's only part of it. Pull that off, see what that looks like. Oh yeah, look at that mess. Ooh. All that would be going right in the cab. Look at it all in there. If you don't put screens on your intakes for your HVAC stuff, guarantee you're gonna have problems. Just like that. I gotta put this little guy on. That's why we're putting them screens on. Before you know it, your fan will be plugged, and then you'll have it in your cab, and just a mess. All right, so we got my buddy's unloader here. We're going to unload the bag of corn. So we get her started here. We take it and we put this auger. There's a cross auger in here. I should have showed you before we hooked it all up, but anyway, we take the bag and we wrap it up in here, and then there's little hooks, and then now we're gonna kind of start winding up and pulling it back into the bag. So that's the power roller right there. So you just turn that on and it'll start wheeling her in there. I can go faster than that. Just open that up there. See how I'm starting to pull it back? This is how this works. Pretty slick. So we'll just work our way back in here, and then we got to set her down. Axle up and down. Well, you get the point. We're going to back her into the pile, and then we're going to set her down and turn the auger on and work our way into her nice and slow, and then we'll kind of adjust it from there. All right, now we turn the auger on. Hearing it start to come into the corn now. So I speed her up. Well, we'll get her dialed in. Well, so far this is going pretty good. We got 5 trucks loaded here in a short little bit. That spout up there, if you can see, it moves quite a bit. So you can kind of start it off to the one side, and then just as you move back slowly, the truck only needs to move maybe twice to get it full. So yeah, it's going good. Grab on, Dane! Did you bring with tape like you said?
That's the cap.
So anyway, I'm going to do this, show you quick. We're going to tape this off, tape that down so it don't unwind. Then you spin this off like this. And you throw it over there. And you pull this off and you throw it over there. And then you unhook this, throw that over there, and you unhook this one like that. You throw that over there, and then you slip this big thing off here, and you set that over there, and then look at it, go ta-da! Just like that, and she comes right off. I just as well show you since you're here. I think it's kind of heavy. Like that. Not so bad. Dane overfilled this bag, so it's gonna be kind of hard to get into. Supposed to leave like that much tail. Yeah, they didn't leave that much tail. This one's got utilized 100% of the bag. All right, let's see what we can do here. Okay, we're gonna set that thing in there, and then probably gonna have to get a truck and then ease our way, auger our way into it. Dave, set the axle down a little bit more, just so it's not scraping the bottom of the bag. Well, we're back in the yard. Dane's just finishing up unloading the last load of the day here. I think he's on the other other side. It's a south wind. The wind switched to south, of course, when we went on load. Now all the bees' wings are blowing up in his face. So the dryer's calling for more corn. So he's pulling out of the wet bin right now. What are we doing, Evan? We're putting a new motor up on the auger. You just take the top nuts off, and there's supposed to be jam nuts on the bottom. You leave them alone. Okay, I'll come up there.
We're way up in the sky. Oh, we're flying airplanes today.
This is much more fun with two. I was all by myself.
Oh,
It was cold, it was snowing, and now it's windy and beautiful.
so how do we know which wires go where?
I got it figured out.
Okay, you have it off down there, don't we? Because that'd be cute. Have a spark show. Jesus, gotta hang on.
Yeah, it actually is breezy up here. Right here. Ta-da!
That's the one.
Now we got to put the wires together. You know what? But I gotta remember to put this. Last time I went like this, and then I got to the, oh, I forgot to put it in the hole. So I had her wired up like this, and I said that ain't gonna work very good. So I had to undo her. And it was cold. I couldn't feel my fingers. All these guys, they know. They gotta remember to tighten them up.
Yeah.
We'll come out and the motor will be hanging off the side. What happened there? Oh, we forgot to put the bolts on.
Just like that.
That's how it's done.
Just like that.
Well, we got her on. Just tightening up the set screw and put the belts on, and she's all wired in. Good as new. Well, Eli, what do you think of this, huh? That's your first big buck, huh?
Yeah.
First buck ever.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit how that went.
There's 2 does and a little buck. 30 minutes or 20 minutes after that, they were still there. He came out. I got a little bit of buck fever.
Yeah,
How
did that feel?
Well,
Explain what's buck fever for people that have never had buck fever. What's buck fever, Eli?
buck fever is when you shake really, really bad and like that basically.
Could hardly keep the gun steady.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Shot him in the lungs,
Yeah.
not the heart, but
So you ran a little ways?
he ran a little ways, about maybe 65, 64 yards I shot him from. So
Okay. Well, congratulations, Eli.
thank you.
Something fell in my eye and I thought, oh, it's bird shit. Well, it is bird shit.
No. Next week he'll come and he'll have a big grapefruit and some big infection in his eye. What's that? I got the bird flu.
Yeah, I got bird.
I got bird flu in my eye.
Shut that off.
There he is.
What do you think Brad's doing today?
Probably driving around looking at his field smoking a cigarette. Oh, look at you, all just dirty. Dana with a back injury right here. And then it's Dana on the weekend. It's a dot nose and then a frown.